gory, messed up classic. A damn good sequel. It takes the Hellraiser ethos, goes off on a bit of a tangent, but it's still pretty good. It takes the Hellraiser ethos, but fucks it completely and is a pathetic excuse for a Hellraiser film. I suppose I say to give credit where credit's due, and with Inferno, the idea of the guy suffering from psychological torture rather than physical torture is a decent enough concept, but it was so poorly executed the film ends up becoming a ridiculous, gelatinous mess. Again, decent idea, possibly even better than Inferno's, particularly seeing as Ashley Lawrence reprises her role as Kirsty Cotton from the first two films, but again, it was still really poorly executed. It's almost as though for Inferno and Hellseeker, they found random scripts that they didn't know what to do with, threw in some standard buys, changed things around a bit, and passed them off as Hellraiser films. Another one where they seem to have taken a random script, thrown in some standard bites and passed it off as a Hellraiser film, but I did do some research after watching Deader and it turns out my suspicions so far have been right on the money, and I wouldn't be surprised if the next two films follow suit. But with Deader, although some things weren't particularly well explained, it wasn't too bad. Unsurprisingly, another reused script, but it did have some good aspects to it, like actually calling itself out on Hellraiser mythology. The main problem with it though was it was too much like your typical teen slasher film. Still better than Inferno and Hellseeker. Something's wrong. Something is very, very wrong. Discussions have been going on for years about a remake of the first film, and Revelations was released purely so that Dimensions film could keep the copyright to the Hellraiser franchise. Doug Bradley, who plays Pinhead in the previous 8 films, was offered the chance to reprise his role in Revelations, but after reading the script, due to the short filming time and the low budget of around $300,000, he turned the role down. The film was pretty much panned across the board, so why the hell did I think it was the best one since Bloodline, the 4th one? I wasn't really expecting much from Revelation, so maybe I subconsciously set the bar so low it was never going to disappoint. Maybe it's because it's the first one since Bloodline to have an original script, or maybe I'm just really easily amused and entertained. I don't know. The new Pinhead isn't quite as good as Doug Bradley, and it was a little bit predictable, and there were a few moments where I call bullshit. I mean, I don't know, maybe you can be shot in the stomach at pretty much point blank range with a shotgun and survive for about 20 minutes. I don't know. I've not shot anyone in the stomach with a shotgun at point blank range. I aim for the head, it's more effective. So the film was much closer to being an actual Hellraiser film than what most of the previous ones were, so I actually really enjoyed it, and I don't see why it's gotten so much hate. With a budget of $300,000, they did a really good job, and I just don't get why all the negativity. You know what? This film needs a judgment review. I don't know when, but it's getting one.